the most difficult.
I feel like we're revealing all our secrets. I was trying to release my pup early when I don't really trust a lady, but that actually made my bike work against me.
That's a 2 thumbs up from Jesse.
I'm gonna start with a compliment slice of bread. It's our strongest tool, this is our weakest part.
Okay, here we are. We're at the top of Crouching Squirrel Hidden Monkey, here to do another episode of Getting Critical. This time we have special guest, Andrea.
Hey guys!
So we're gonna throw her into the deep end and follow her down this trail. She's gonna pick out things that maybe she wants to work on, or we might pick out things that we think she can work on. She hasn't actually ridden this trail too many times, so it'll kind of be good to see how she interprets the trail for the first time. And that can kind of go forward to practicing for EWS in the future, where you kind of learn how to practice the trail for the first time.
And in doing so, I hope we all learn something.
So yeah, starting with some fast pace and some key doubles that I think I could work on, like making more precise. Like if I approach this trail as not just ending a big ride in Squamish, but kind of trying to see it in a raceway. And then it's also getting pretty wide and super technical in some spots, and I really think that there are key lines there that I probably have no idea about. I'm ready for my healthy serving of shit sandwich.
We're gonna follow ALN down the first lap, take some mental notes on things she could improve on, and then we're gonna come back up, do another lap, and kind of stop and section trail that we think that she can work on. So let's do it. Chill but pin it, you know?
Yeah, honestly, this trail I mindlessly ride. So like the way where I'm like confused is when it gets wide.
Holy fork! Ah! I'm locked out! Ah! Oh! You! Precision. Oh, they cut more. T-bone! Okay, back at the top of the trail. What do you guys think? How's the lap, ALN?
I think I did the classic where I tried to go too fast. Pretty sure I do that to myself every time. I realized that it's quite a physical trail if you're trying to do a full lap. So there's a flat section where I was trying to maintain my speed instead of trusting my braking a bit early, and I was getting squared up on corners that were key. When it's flatter, you want to be smarter. When it's steeper, you can be dumber.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Trademark.
I would like to race all steep trails.
There's definitely lines that you can line up to manage key corners way better.
What did you see? What did you like?
I'm gonna start with a compliment slice of bread. I followed ALN through kind of like a chunky straightaway into some turns, and I would always kind of like cut up onto this bank. Essentially what I would do is overthink the section, whereas I've always admired ALN's ability to just like constantly be moving forward on a trail, always maintaining speed and just going forward instead of trying to get like oh, like maybe it'd be better if I like hopped up on here and then like came down here. So while I thought I had to like kind of like cut up on this bank to avoid this one thing, she just kind of like picked up over it and landed like next to this rock and just kept going straight. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I could have just gone straight this whole time.
It's funny because that's something that in your riding I wish I find that you pick up at places where I would just truck, and I'm trying to include more of that in my riding.
So it's a balance.
Yeah. I like don't know what I did. You always like kind of come in and then like go there.
But like you just went straight and like didn't have to, because I kind of have to like set up to go onto that other line. Okay, like I gotta like set up on the side and there's a route.
Yeah, that was sick.
This section in the past I've always like set up to the right hand side, but there's like a route that you kind of have to jump over because there's like all these rocks and stuff. But following ALN, she just like, instead of kind of like jumping off the thing, she just like placed down nicely and then unweighted over the rocks and like just strained out the whole section with like, you don't have to set up for it and it's just fast, smooth and straight. And yeah, it was really nice. It was simple and fast, which is what you want.
Definitely it was the rock's fault. My theory about the picking up with both feet is if you're doing that on small like takeoffs like that one that was quite kicky, your bike will unweight and your front tire will come up, but then your rear tire will be a little bit unweighted and it'll hit the back of the lip almost and it'll kick you forward. So if you like preload the bike all the way through the lip, then you'll have like a more even takeoff. I don't think you like bunny hopped off that, but maybe you like unweighted your back tire just a little bit early. And then it kicked you a little bit.
But do you think I have to time my pop better?
Yeah, so like,
and like committing to the actual pop at high speed and timing it is something that I tentative with. So
well, actually though, the first one you got like
I know you went,
Yeah.
you
I was like,
sent
whoa.
it. I know. I was like, whoa, we're going.
That's probably the best I got it ever.
Also, she absolutely sprinted into those first features.
Yeah.
That's why I thought the first jump went so well. I was like, damn.
Ready.
And that's just like a pocket. Look at that thing.
I think it's here. I think it's like,
It's just a pocket.
yeah.
So it takes a lot more leg push to push through the pocket and not get like bounce right at the end.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah. As much as you're getting pushed back, you push in more.
Oh.
So you sick and then...
Ooh, yeah. Where
Yeah,
the lip
exactly.
is.
You have to push. You have to keep the pressure on your heels until basically the
Yeah.
last.
Like you did pop
until you're
it.
almost off the
You did
lip,
pop
yeah.
it, but you let off the pop, I think, too early. Boom. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then you.
And then you do a backflip.
Yeah.
Because it is counterintuitive to what I was trying to protect myself by popping early, but I actually am
Creating that thing.
Yeah.
And it is something I noticed when you ride, like you have a way like more precise pop, like you're way more confident in your legs. Like I don't have that part. Like I don't trust at speed. I don't trust it. So this is like a
Trust the arms, not the legs.
My legs are just so much bigger than my arms.
I think you pressed through your legs good, but then they didn't come up. You just preloaded in, but then didn't come out of the preload, and then went.
didn't know where to take it off.
Better though.
I mean that's better than the other one.
Yeah, definitely better.
I'll try it again.
I'll come.
We promised each other we weren't gonna huck today. I think ALN hucked it into a rock. Possibly has a front flat tire.
Oh, it's so square.
Why'd you do that?
Sorry. Filming, it's pretty dangerous sport. Better, I'd say better. Pushed into the depression a little bit more, and then just long enough. It's so small. It's just a tiny little bit longer, but you just push past the point where you're gonna get bucked, And yeah, two attempts there, and it was definitely a lot better. So
yeah, I wanted to be pretty close to like follow. I think it's easier to learn when you're mimicking the movements of the riders in front of you. I kind of didn't really see the landing there, so.
There's a rock or two in there.
I actually understood something. I was trying to release my pop early when I don't really trust a lip. Like here it's not really lippy and I don't really know what it's gonna do. So I was trying to actually protect myself by popping early, but that actually made my bike work against me because my suspension was releasing too early, hence the nosedive I first got at high speed. So I think for me it's really like working on trusting my pop and really committing to popping off of things, and yeah, breakthrough, like make it, put a word.
Just say right,
breakthrough.
The thing that I noticed is you have a very good upright position, but when you're going down steep things, it kind of opens you up to like your back end getting kicked. Maybe putting your heels down and really like not putting your like weight down into your bike, but just thinking it a little bit will help you center your weight a little bit more rearward, keeping that open chest, because that's good, because I think it's really good for like cornering and in general. But when things get really steep, you like your Zermatt crash.
Couple endos.
Deep end. Okay, I think it's likely in my heels. Still feel like my hips are a bit far, but I think you're right.
I said that in my GoPro. Like you have a very good neutral position where you're like you got a good straight back. Your hips are back. Like you're
hinged nicely.
You're hinged very nicely for sure.
I think it's probably when I'm starting to get tentative, I probably like crisp up a little bit.
I think some of those things that I do comes from kind of starting up in cross country, and it might be the same for you, where like you kind of like rested, you're just like you're perched up. So this is a section where I was following ALN, and just because she hadn't ridden the trail before, she didn't know that there was kind of like a wide setup line. And so in general, I think we are all taught that the wider you open up a corner, the better. Where they're walking up, you just come in. It's a little bit of a setup move, but then it just rounds out this whole section, and you carry better speed. And you can see in the GoPro when I was following her that she got kind of squared up in the middle of this section coming in from the left line. So just a little thing you can do to like quick setup to open the corner up, and then you just round yourself out. See, the other thing that I was talking about where she's quite over her bike, we'll see if she does that in this section, and if we see that, then we can pinpoint that. And I think she just has to use her legs a little bit more and like let them come into her body a little bit when she's going over steep steppy things.
And I actually think that I wouldn't have done that if I had my heels down. I do think when I ride stuff gnarly fast, I'm like,
I think you could push in.
That was nice. You like hucked more than... You're coming in fast, or you want to time kind of like putting your bike down and then putting your bike down again, and you have a turn to make. First I was getting kind of like, again, like a little light on the rear end of my bike, so I did it again, trying to like really place my bike. Got it good on the first one. Second one, not so good.
I would agree. I think we're like a result of the trails that we have here. We know that we can get through sections like this because there's a supported corner at the bottom, and you can kind of get a little bit out of whack. But when we go to Europe and we're racing, it's good to build habits that are like safe and consistent and try not to get too out of sorts. So I thought that definitely on the later tries, ALN was a lot better at recognizing the drop that was coming up, bringing her bike in a tiny bit to allow herself to push her bike down into the dip, and then really like she rode that dip rather than it kind of like riding her. I thought it was good. I thought it was still fast.
Yeah, it was a really fast
ride a dip.
Save a horse, ride a dip.
You know what, guys? It's a lifelong practice. So, we don't nail it the first try.
I feel like we're revealing all our secrets.
Another simple line choice. Miranda's gonna demonstrate the inside line.
I am.
Yeah, you are.
You know how good I am at doing wrong inside lines.
Oh,
Butter!
no braking whatsoever.
As you can see, because this was like super technical on the inside here, Miranda couldn't really get much braking done, and then she braked really hard here and then hit the corner, whereas ALN was very smooth around the whole thing, and it looked too easy. So we're kind of the lower section of Kiki's, and following ALN, I think one thing she's really good at, like we've talked about before, is just carrying momentum. So she'd never ridden this trail, but she's just very good at flowing down a trail very naturally and quickly and smoothly. So we're gonna film her doing that, and really fun to watch the way she kind of just glides down and smoothly smashes down a section like this. And it's just a rad section of trail, so they're coming down. Yeah!
Well, definitely a fun day in the woods. ALN, what do you think? Did you learn at least one?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it was good. I know I have to work on my pop, and I learned that I was trying to pop before a lip when I wasn't trusting of the lip, and that was actually hindering me. So that was something that I really put together.
I like just riding in like a group, and like everyone sees it in a different way, and I think that's really cool.
It's nice to do it out of the race setting when we're not stressed and like feeling that pressure.
Yeah.
You're thinking about other people's technique, but really you're thinking about your own.
Oh wow.
You look inward to yourself.
Or think about yourself and he's like, I could probably do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably do the same thing.
Or you think about what you would do in that situation and whether what you do is correct or not. Yeah, mountain biking. It's more than just pointing at yourself down a hill.
Nice.
Well, guys,
Close it out, Remi.
Wrap it up, Rem.
thanks for watching. Comment on how sick ALN is, and subscribe to the channel. We got it.